Welcome back my YouTube channel Coin World Explorer. Today, we delve into the fascinating story of a unique and elusive piece of South African numismatic history, this coin 1-cent coin from the year 1985. While it may seem like a simple copper-plated coin to the untrained eye, this particular issue holds a tale that captivates collectors around the world. The 1-cent 1985 coin was part of South Africa's long-standing decimal currency system, which was introduced in 1961 when the country shifted from the South African pound to the rand. The 1-cent coin, like other lower denomination coins, was meant for everyday circulation, used to buy small goods and services. By 1985, South Africa was deep into the late apartheid era, and its coinage reflected the standard Republican style adopted post-1961. Despite being mass-produced in other years, the 1985 version of the 1-cent coin was reportedly struck in extremely low quantities. This unusual scarcity is the foundation of its high desirability and collector interest. The coin features the traditional obverse design of South African coins from this era, the portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, a Dutch colonial administrator often regarded as the founder of Cape Town. His profile faces right, and the words "Sud Africa," South Africa, encircle the portrait along with the date, 1985. That on the reverse side, the coin displays the familiar image of two sparrows perched on a branch, designed by the acclaimed engraver Tommy Sassing. Below the sparrows is the denomination 1C, standing for 1 cent. This reverse design is known for its intricate detail, despite the coin's small size. The composition of the 1985 1-cent coin is bronze, with a standard diameter of 19 millimeters and a weight of around 3.5 grams. The coin was intended for circulation, but due to uncertain minting records and speculation about withdrawn or melted down batches, the surviving number of these coins is believed to be extraordinarily low. What makes this coin especially remarkable is that many official mint records do not list a circulated version of the 1 cent for 1985. This has led to the belief that most were either part of uncirculated proof sets or never fully entered public circulation. Some theories even suggest that a small number were accidentally released into circulation. Because of this mystery, collectors and dealers around the world regard the 1985 1-cent coin as one of South Africa's rarest modern-era coins. It is often compared to error coins or pattern issues, even though it was never officially classified as either. That ambiguity only adds to its allure. Over the years, only a few examples of this coin have surfaced. Those that have are typically in average circulated condition, making mint state or proof-like examples even more extraordinary. A few lucky collectors have found them in inherited coin collections or among old change drawers. The coin's rarity is further compounded by its historical context. Being minted during a politically tumultuous period in South Africa's history, the 1985 1-cent coin carries not just monetary value, but also cultural and historical significance. It captures a moment in time, quietly preserved in metal. Now, let's talk about value. In recent years, the 1985 1-cent South African coin has made headlines for fetching astronomical prices at auction. In pristine condition, especially when verified and graded by professional numismatic services, this coin has been known to reach values up to $2 million. Such figures are unheard of for modern copper coins, making this an extraordinary case in world coin collecting. It is important to note that these high values are typically tied to coins that are either uncirculated, certified as proof, or come with authenticated provenance. Even lower-grade examples, if authenticated, have fetched thousands to tens of thousands of dollars, depending on condition and market interest. Collectors are advised to have any suspected 1985 1-cent coins professionally graded. Without authentication, it is difficult to distinguish this rare issue from more common dates or replica coins that have entered the market. Professional grading can also prevent loss or damage, especially if the coin turns out to be genuine. Given the high stakes involved, many counterfeit versions of the 1985 1-cent coin have surfaced. Some are made by altering the date on more common issues, while others are outright fabrications. Collectors must exercise caution and always consult reputable dealers or numismatic experts. Another key detail to look for is the coin's edge. The edge should be smooth and consistent with other genuine 1-cent coins of the era. Any irregularities may be a sign of tampering. Comparing with known genuine examples can help verify authenticity. Owning a 1985 1-cent coin is more than just possessing a rare item, it's holding a piece of history. It symbolizes the blend of numismatic mystery, political change, and economic transformation that South Africa was undergoing during the mid-1980s. For many numismatists, the appeal of the 1985 1-cent coin lies not only in its value, but also in its story. The fact that such a small and otherwise humble coin could become a world-famous collectible is a testament to the unpredictability and wonder of coin collecting. As with all rare coins, patience and knowledge are key. If you're ever fortunate enough to come across a 1985 1-cent coin, take the time to investigate its authenticity and condition. It may just be the highlight of your collection, or even your greatest numismatic discovery. This coin 1-cent 1985 South Africa coin history. This coin 1994 South African 5 Rand coin. The 5 Rand coin issued in 1994 is more than just currency. It's a symbol of monumental change. That year marked a pivotal moment in South Africa's history as it transitioned from apartheid to democracy. With the election of Nelson Mandela as the country's first black president, 1994 stands as a defining year not only in politics, but also in the world of numismatics. This particular 5 Rand coin carries immense historical value because it was minted during the same year South Africa held its first democratic elections. For collectors, the coin is a time capsule that captures the spirit of freedom, unity, and transformation. The obverse of the 1994 5 Rand coin features a detailed portrait of a black wildebeest, also known as the Nu, galloping forward with great strength and energy. This majestic animal is symbolic of resilience and progress, making it a fitting emblem for a nation stepping into a new era. Above the wildebeest, you will find the word South Africa inscribed in both English and Afrikaans. South Africa and SUID Africa. This bilingual inscription emphasizes the country's cultural and linguistic diversity, another hallmark of its democratic ideals. The reverse side of the coin features the denomination 5 Rand, along with the year of minting, 1994. The coin's edge is milled with an intricate security groove pattern, which was introduced to prevent counterfeiting, a problem that had increasingly plagued earlier issues. Minted in nickel-plated copper, the 1994 5 Rand coin has a diameter of 26 millimeters and weighs approximately 9.5 grams. The combination of materials gives it durability and a subtle silvery shine that stands the test of time. One interesting feature of this coin is its edge lettering. Some versions of the 1994 5 Rand coin have a plain edge, while others include an inscription. Variations like this can significantly influence the coin's rarity and overall value in the numismatic market. Although it was released for general circulation, only a limited number of these coins remain in mint condition. That's because many were used daily, causing natural wear and tear. Uncirculated or proof quality versions are much harder to come by today. For collectors, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role. A coin graded MS65 or higher, meaning mint state with minimal imperfections, can command a significantly higher price than those with visible signs of wear or damage. Now let's talk about value. While a typical circulated 1994 5 Rand coin may only be worth a few dollars, select versions of this coin, particularly those in pristine condition or with unique minting errors, have been valued as high as $4 million at international auctions. This astounding figure reflects not only its scarcity, but also its historical and symbolic importance. Such high values are generally associated with proof versions, coins struck with special dies, or those verified by reputable grading authorities like PCGS or NGC. Provenance also plays a role. If a coin was once owned by a notable collector or came from an official mint set, its value can increase dramatically. Collectors also look for rare minting anomalies such as double strikes, off-center errors, or planchet flaws. These types of mint errors make a coin highly collectible and can elevate its value to extraordinary heights. The 1994 5 Rand coin also has sentimental value for many South Africans. It represents more than just monetary worth. It is a symbol of liberation, justice, and national pride. For people who lived through the transformative era of the 1990s in South Africa, this coin is a cherished relic of hope and new beginnings. Globally, numismatists consider the 1994 5 Rand as one of the most historically significant modern African coins. Its link to Nelson Mandela's presidency and South Africa's rebirth into democracy gives it a universal appeal, extending far beyond the borders of the nation. When purchasing this coin, always ensure that you are buying from a reputable dealer. Counterfeits and altered coins do exist, and proper authentication is essential to preserve the coin's integrity and value. If you are lucky enough to own a 1994 5 Rand coin, consider getting it graded and encased to protect its condition. Even if you're not ready to sell, preserving its quality can yield substantial rewards in the future. As always, coin collecting is about more than just financial gain. Each coin tells a story. This coin 1994 South African 5 Rand coin history. This coin 50-cent coin from South Africa, minted in 1994. At first glance, it may seem like a common coin, but as we explore further, you'll discover why it has fascinated collectors around the world and what makes one particular version of this coin worth a staggering $4 million. The year 1994 was one of the most significant in South African history. It marked the end of apartheid and the beginning of a new democratic era, led by Nelson Mandela as the country's first black president. Every aspect of the nation, including its currency, reflected this monumental shift. Coins minted in this year hold a special place in the hearts of South Africans and coin collectors alike. The 50-cent coin from 1994 was part of the standard decimal series introduced post-independence. It was struck in copper nickel and has a diameter of 22 millimeters, with a mass of 5 grams. The reverse of the coin features the striking image of the Strelitzia flower, commonly known as the crane flower, a plant native to South Africa and symbolic of the country's rich natural beauty. Designed by South African artist Jan Siedlecke, the flower on the reverse side was carefully engraved to showcase the coin's delicate and detailed artistry. This design had been in use since the 1980s, but the 1994 issue was especially notable due to its timing. The level of detail in the petals and leaves reveals the craftsmanship involved in South African minting. The obverse of the coin features the South African coat of arms, used between 1910 and 2000. This includes a lion, a wildebeest, and various heraldic symbols that represent the union of provinces and people. The words South Africa are inscribed in both English and Afrikaans, marking it as a bilingual issue, which was typical at the time. What makes the 1994 50-cent coin particularly interesting is the variety of minting errors and rare issues discovered among some of the coins from this year. These errors include misalignments, double strikes, and incorrect planchet compositions, which are extremely valuable in the world of numismatics due to their rarity. One of the most talked about versions of this coin is a rare proof strike that was never meant for public circulation. These proof coins were likely struck for internal mint use or as part of special presentation sets. Only a few are known to exist, and their survival today is considered a numismatic marvel. In addition to the proof versions, there are rumors in the collecting community of a 1994 50-cent coin mistakenly struck on a gold planchet. While no official records confirm this, a coin matching this description was reportedly auctioned in a private sale, sparking great interest and controversy. The condition of the coin also plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins in mint state or proof 70 condition are highly desirable. Even ordinary 1994 50-cent coins can fetch a good price if they are in uncirculated condition. Grading services like PCGS and NGC have authenticated and graded several of these coins, adding credibility and increasing their auction potential. Now, let's talk about value. A standard 1994 50-cent coin in circulated condition might only be worth a couple of dollars depending on its condition and local demand. However, that changes dramatically when we talk about rare versions and mint errors. One such coin, reportedly a 1994 South African 50-cent coin struck on a wrong planchet and authenticated by a major grading company, was valued at $4 million. This astonishing figure was tied to both its extreme rarity and the historical significance of the coin's minting year. Collectors are often drawn to coins with strong historical ties, and the 1994 50-cent coin is a perfect example of that. It is more than just a piece of currency. It represents a turning point in South Africa's journey, a time of hope, transformation, and unity. Owning such a coin is like holding a piece of history in your hand. The popularity of South African coins has grown internationally, particularly after the release of the gold Krugerrand decades ago. While the Krugerrand appeals to bullion investors, coins like the 1994 50-cent piece attract historians and collectors who are fascinated by the country's political and cultural evolution. For those looking to start a South African coin collection, the 1994 series is a great entry point. Not only are these coins relatively accessible in lower grades, but they also carry a narrative that is deeply woven into the fabric of modern South Africa. There's also a strong community of collectors in South Africa and abroad who share information, trade coins, and provide appraisals. Whether online through forums and social media, or at local coin shows, there are many opportunities to learn more and potentially discover hidden gems in your collection. If you happen to come across a 1994 50-cent coin, take a moment to inspect it carefully. Look for anomalies in the design, metal tone, and weight. Even small differences can make a massive impact in terms of numismatic value. Always consider having potentially valuable coins professionally graded. Authentication and certification can significantly increase a coin's value, especially if you're considering selling it on auction platforms or to private collectors. The future value of such coins is likely to continue rising, especially as fewer of these rare variations remain in circulation or ungraded. With growing interest in African numismatics and historical memorabilia, these coins have great investment potential. In conclusion, this coin 1994 South African 50-cent coin history. This coin 1973 South Africa 5-cent coin. This coin may seem small in size, but its history, craftsmanship, and numismatic significance are anything but ordinary. The 5-cent coin from 1973 is part of South Africa's second decimal coin series. These coins were introduced after South Africa adopted the rand in 1961, replacing the South African pound. The 5-cent denomination was among the smallest in everyday circulation but holds a special place in the hearts of collectors today. Minted during a politically charged era, the 1973 South African 5-cent coin came out during the height of the apartheid regime. This context gives the coin a deep historical layer, as it represents a period in the country's past that was marked by both internal strife and international isolation. On the obverse of the coin, we see the portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, the Dutch colonial administrator who founded Cape Town in the 17th century. His image was used widely during the apartheid era as a symbol of European heritage in South Africa. His stern gaze reflects the ideological messaging of that time. Surrounding the portrait are the words "Sud Africa" and "South Africa," with the year of issue clearly visible, 1973. This bilingual presentation reflects the country's two official languages at the time, Afrikaans and English. The simplicity of the design hides a deeper political and cultural complexity. On the reverse, you'll find the numeral 5 at the center, indicating its value in cents, along with a blue crane, South Africa's national bird. The blue crane is known for its elegance and grace, and is a beloved symbol of South African wildlife. This use of native fauna was a common design choice in the country's coinage. The coin itself is relatively small, measuring 19 millimeters in diameter and weighing 3.5 grams. It was struck in nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance that resisted tarnish. Its reeded edge added to its authenticity and prevented fraud. a practical yet often overlooked feature. The 1973 5-cent was struck at the South African Mint in Pretoria, a facility known for its high-quality standards. During this period, the mint was producing coins not only for domestic use, but also for other African nations, making it one of the most active mints on the continent. Now here's where things get truly exciting. While the standard 1973 5-cent coin is relatively common, a rare mint era version of this coin has surfaced in the collecting world. This particular coin was struck on the wrong planchet, possibly from a foreign coin blank. Such errors are extremely rare and highly prized by collectors. Because of this minting error and its historical significance, one specific 1973 5-cent coin has been valued at a staggering $2 million by numismatic experts. It was authenticated and graded by a top-tier agency and is believed to be one of only a handful in existence. The price reflects both its rarity and the passion of collectors willing to pay top dollar for such treasures. This isn't just about money, though. For many collectors, owning a rare coin like this is about holding a piece of history. It's about preserving something that tells a story, a tangible connection to the past, frozen in metal, waiting to be explored. The journey of this coin from everyday change in 1973 to $1 million collectible today shows how something ordinary can become extraordinary over time. Whether it's due to a mint error, historical context, or sheer rarity, coins like this captivate the imagination. It's also important to note that South African coins from the 60s and 70s are gaining increasing attention from global collectors. As more people learn about the continent's rich numismatic history, the demand for coins like the 1973 5-cent has been steadily rising to distinguish the rare version from a regular one. Experts recommend checking the weight, edge, and composition with precise tools. But ultimately, only a certified grading service can confirm whether you're holding one of the $1 million specimens. This makes coin hunting incredibly exciting. You never know what you might find in an old box, a forgotten drawer, or a flea market. There could be a hidden gem, possibly worth a fortune, just waiting to be discovered. Many collectors who specialize in error coins consider this coin 1973 South Africa 5-cent coin history. This coin 1993 South Africa 5-cent coin. Although it's just a tiny copper-plated coin, it holds a surprising amount of historical and collectible value, especially among coin collectors who specialize in post-apartheid South African currency. The 1993 5-cent coin was part of a series introduced during a significant period of political transition in South Africa. Just 1 year before the country's first fully democratic elections, 1993 was a symbolic year. The coins minted during this time capture the tail end of the apartheid era, which makes them culturally and historically important. The coin is made of copper-plated steel and weighs approximately 2 grams. It has a diameter of 18 millimeters and a thickness of about 1.5 millimeters. Despite its small size, the coin features some very distinctive design elements that are instantly recognizable to those familiar with South African currency. That on the obverse, or the front side of the coin, you'll find the South African coat of arms used prior to the country's 2000 redesign. Surrounding the coat of arms is the name of the country written in 2 of its official languages. In 1993, coins were minted with South Africa in either English or Afrikaans, depending on the version. This bilingual variation makes the 1993 coin an interesting subject for collectors. Some prefer the English inscription, while others focus on the Afrikaans versions. These small distinctions often influence market demand and, ultimately, coin values in the collector's market. The reverse side of the coin displays the well-known image of a blue crane bird, which is the national bird of South Africa. The blue crane symbolizes grace and elegance and is often associated with the beauty of South African wildlife. The bird is depicted standing in a natural pose, with the number 5 and the word cent clearly marked. The artist behind the reverse design is Willie Myburgh, whose work on South African coins is well respected. His detailed rendering of the blue crane gives the coin a sense of both motion and poise. This design was first introduced in the early 1990s and continued for several years, becoming iconic among lower denomination coins in South Africa. The 1993 issue was produced by the South African Mint, which was undergoing modernization and expansion at the time. Minting technologies had improved, allowing for better quality control and higher volumes. However, despite the modern minting process, not all coins came out perfectly, and this is where things get interesting for collectors. Some 1993 5-cent coins have mint errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws. These rare variations can drastically increase a coin's value, depending on condition and rarity. Collectors always keep a keen eye out for these imperfections, as they add both uniqueness and desirability to a coin. Now, let's talk about value. In general, a circulated 1993 South Africa 5-cent coin might fetch anywhere between 10 cents and $1 on the global market. However, if the coin is uncirculated or comes with a rare mint error, such as a double strike or an inverted die, it can command significantly higher prices. In some collector circles and auctions, particularly those dealing in rare African currency, such specimens have been valued exceptionally high. A particular mint error variant from 1993 is rumored to have been appraised at up to $3 million. Although this figure is more anecdotal and has not been verified through any major auction house. Still, it adds to the mystique and allure surrounding this otherwise modest coin. Collectors should always get their coins authenticated by a professional grading service before assuming high value. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can provide an objective assessment of the coin's condition and verify whether any mint errors are genuine. This step is crucial for ensuring the legitimacy of rare claims, especially for coins that are rumored to be worth extraordinary sums. The market for South African coins has seen a noticeable increase in interest over the past decade, especially from international collectors. The 5-cent coin from 1993 stands out because it sits right at the crossroads of history, political change, and numismatic interest. These coins are often part of larger collections that showcase South Africa's transition into democracy, in terms of mintage numbers. Millions of these coins were produced, but the exact number depends on the variant and language. The large mintage means that common circulated versions are easy to find, but as always in numismatics, condition and rarity are what drive true value. So while the average 1993 5-cent coin may not be rare, specific high-grade or error pieces certainly can be. For those who enjoy coin hunting, it's well worth examining your old South African coins for potential 1993 5-cent issues. You might discover a valuable variant, especially if you inherited a collection or purchased coins in bulk from estate sales or markets. Even coins that seem ordinary at first glance can reveal hidden features under magnification. The coin is also a favorite among educators and historians. Its presence in classrooms and educational kits demonstrates how numismatics can be used to teach about political change, national identity, and art. The blue crane, the changing coat of arms, and the dual-language inscriptions all serve as visual representations of South Africa's complex history. Beyond its monetary value, the coin serves as a tangible reminder of a significant period in South Africa's development. The 1993 5-cent coin bridges two eras, what came before and what came after apartheid. Its continued presence in coin collections is a tribute to how currency can capture moments in time. For investors, this coin may not appear to be an obvious choice, but niche markets often prove otherwise. If you have the right variety in the right condition, it could be a valuable asset, especially as interest in African numismatics grows. As always, research and authentication are key. Whether you're a beginner coin collector or a seasoned expert. This coin 1993 South Africa 5-cent coin history. This coin 10 cents coin minted in 1991. This small copper-plated coin may appear ordinary, but as we'll uncover, it holds a story of transition, design, and, for collectors, surprising value. The year 1991 marked a period of significant change for South Africa. Politically, it was the beginning of a shift toward a more democratic society. The coinage from this time reflects that evolution, blending traditional symbolism with updated minting practices. The 10-cent coin from 1991 was struck by the South African Mint, and it belongs to the fourth decimal series. This series was launched in 1989 and continued to run into the mid-90s. The 10-cent piece was one of the smallest denominations used in daily commerce, making it very common in circulation. This coin features a beautiful botanical design on its reverse side, the arum lily, a flower indigenous to South Africa. The artwork was created by Mary Steenbank, a renowned South African artist whose designs graced many coins during this era. The lily's elegant shape was chosen to symbolize purity and natural beauty. Above the arum lily, you'll find the denomination 10C, neatly inscribed in a clean and modern font. The minimalistic design adds to the coin's visual balance, making it a favorite among those who appreciate both art and history. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll notice the South African coat of arms, which was the official emblem at that time. The legend reads South Africa along with SUID Africa, reflecting the country's bilingual heritage, English and Afrikaans. The date, 1991, appears just below the coat of arms, marking the year of minting. The coin was made from copper-plated steel, a change from earlier bronze compositions. This new metal blend was more cost-effective and lighter in weight, helping the mint produce coins more efficiently during economically trying times. In terms of specifications, the 1991 10-cent coin has a diameter of 16 millimeters and weighs approximately 2 grams. It has a plain edge and a solid, copper-like appearance. While many were made, a small fraction stand out due to condition and mint errors. The mintage number for this particular year was relatively high, making standard circulated versions easy to find. However, as with many coins, rarity increases drastically when considering uncirculated or proof condition specimens. What's especially interesting about the 1991 issue is the existence of a few extremely rare proof coins or mint error versions that have fetched exceptionally high values in auctions and private sales. These special specimens are often the result of misstrikes, double dies, or planchet errors. In terms of grading, a coin in average circulated condition might hold only nominal value. But when graded by reputable services like NGC or PCGS at higher levels, such as MS 65 or above, the value increases significantly. Proof coins, due to their limited mintage and brilliant detail, are even more sought after. And now, let's talk value. A regular 1991 South African 10-cent coin in circulated condition typically sells for less than $1. However, rare variants and proof versions in pristine condition can command extraordinary prices. Some sales have reached as high as $4 million, particularly when authenticated with significant minting errors or showcased in international exhibitions. These prices are not the norm, but are exceptional cases driven by collector demand and coin uniqueness. It's important to note that provenance and authenticity play a key role in achieving such high values. Coins that come with documentation or are part of famous collections tend to attract higher bids. So if you believe you have one of these rare 1991 pieces, it's worth consulting a numismatic expert or sending it for professional grading. Collectors often seek coins from transitional periods, and the early 1990s in South Africa certainly qualify. The combination of political change, artistic excellence, and updated minting techniques makes the 1991 10-cent a noteworthy piece for any serious collection. For those just beginning in the world of numismatics, this coin serves as a wonderful starting point. It offers a mix of accessibility and mystery, easy to find, yet potentially valuable under the right circumstances. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the story behind this coin. 1991 South African 10-cent coin history. We hope this video has deepened your appreciation for how even the smallest coin can carry a wealth of history, culture, and sometimes great value. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Coin World Explorer.